Hi everyone, today we have a 30-minute Posture Pilates class focusing on strengthening your core, lengthening your spine, and it's a really good class to do before you go into work just to reset your body and to reteach your muscle groups on how to keep great posture throughout the day. So we're going to get started on our mat with our legs a little bit wider than our hips. Start with your arms out into this W position, bend your knees, bend from your elbows just a little bit, and then you're going to reach out towards that diagonal, extending through your leg, then switching to the opposite side. So you're alternating right and left here, keeping your chest open. And so we're just warming up our body, using our breath to help us. As you alternate from right to left, keep focusing on finding that length through the crown of your head and bend through both knees as you come through center. Reach. 4 more here. 3, 2. On this last one, we're gonna make the movement a little bit bigger. So step your feet out into a wide second position, rotating out from your hips, knees are over your ankles. Again, lower, and then reach up and over to the diagonal. So now you're getting that stretch through your back, engaging your tummy, and lower back down. Same side this time. So reaching up and over and down. Nice exhale as you reach up and over to the diagonal. And again, lift. Using your breath to help you with this movement. And press. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Same thing, but on the other side. Lift and reach and lower. Pressing through your feet. Weight is over that supporting leg mainly. You should start to feel your thigh warm up with this movement here. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now come back to center. Stack your arms on top. Legs are underneath your hips. Alternating high knees. Reaching and extending your arm out to a T. Just switching right to left here. Pressing through that standing leg. And reach. You can take this a little bit faster to get your heart rate up, or you can take it slower to really focus on the strength through that supporting leg, engaging your core here. As you extend your arms, keep your chest nice and open. And press. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Release back down. Reach your arms in front of you by your knees. Chest is open. Keeping your knees slightly bent. Go into a chest expansion. Raise your heels and lower back down. So you're pressing your arms back. You're engaging your shoulder blades in and together. And you're not letting your shoulders creep up towards your ears. This is about expanding your chest and engaging your back muscles while lifting up nice and high on the balls of your feet. Lift and lower. Again, reach and take it down. Think about pressing through the big toe and the second toe as you lift your heels off the mat. You have 5 more here. 4, 3, 2. On this last one, keep your knees slightly bent. Take your arms forward. Press your arms back and then bring it forward. So from the side, you're opening up your chest and you're not forcing this movement. It's a little press back and forward. Again, reach and press. 8 more. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You should feel this underneath your armpits and around your shoulder blades. 2 more. 2. Last one, hands go into prayer. Bend through your knees and now extend your leg back, flexing your foot and reaching your arms back into that chest expansion. Switching sides, lift and lower. So getting that nice healthy extension through your spine. We spend most of our days pretty much rounded forward in flexion, where we're sitting at a desk, or sometimes when we're standing, we lose the strength and the stamina to keep our body in that nice neutral spinal position. So going into extension really helps to strengthen that whole back chain of your body, so that way you can maintain good posture throughout the day. And reach. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, last one, and then just reach your arms up and overhead. Nice big inhale, and exhale to release down by your sides. Walk towards the back edge of your mat. You can start with a roll down, or you can walk your hands down your thighs in that nice neutral spine. It's up to you. So peeling it on down or walking your hands down your thighs in that neutral spine. Reach down towards the mat, bending your knees as much or as little as you need to. Keep drawing belly button to spine here. You can bend the knees a little bit more. And now walk your hands out to your downward dog. So getting a nice stretch through your calves, through your hamstrings, while lifting your hips up high. So you find the strength through your shoulders, keeping that chest nice and open here. You can bend your elbows a little bit, feeling that connection of your shoulders down and onto your back. Extend your arms, but feel the strength through your back muscles. Start to pedal out your feet right and left here. So that way you can get a little bit of a deeper stretch through one leg before you switch to do the other side. And press. One more on each side. And then lower all the way down onto your knees. So you're staying on all fours, shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. If you need more support for your knees, you can always place a towel or roll up your mat. Start by just releasing your back and your chest. So think about sinking your chest down towards the mat. Your shoulders will creep up by your ears. This is when you don't really engage through the muscles around your shoulder blades and your back. Your shoulder blades lift up and you sink into the mat. Now press away, opening up the chest. Now you have that scapular engagement. So your shoulder blades are engaging. All the muscles around them are working and firing. Now again, release and let your chest come down towards the mat. And then exhale, press away. So you're finding that length through the crown of your head. And you're maintaining that neutral spine here. Again, release and lower. And then lift to press on up. You want to feel the strength through your arms as you move through both directions. Let's try for 3 more here. This is 3, 2, last one. And now hold this position on all fours. Start by extending one arm with the palm facing in, lower back down. Switch to do the same thing now, but on the other side. So palm is going to face in. The key here is to keep your hips nice and stable. So that way you're not moving your hips from side to side. You're engaging your belly button towards your spine, so you're staying strong through your trunk. Just lifting one arm up and then lower back down, and then switch to do the other side. Let's go for 4 more here. This is 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now same movement, just with a leg extension. So alternating leg extension, reaching one leg back, bring it on in, and then switch to do the other side. Feel like you're kicking your foot through mud, where you have to find that resistance through both directions as you press and reach. Keeping your trunk nice and stable here as you lengthen to extend. Again, reach and lengthen, and press. 2 more. 2. 1 more, and then personal favorite, going into cat and cow, round through your spine, and then extend nice and long, opening up your chest. You can lift your head up a little bit with this movement. And again, rounding through your spine, drawing that rib cage in and together. And then lengthen to open up your chest, lengthening out through your tailbone. Again, round and lengthen. 1 more each direction. Rounding through your spine, pressing away from the mat. And then lengthen nice and long, opening up the chest. And then come back into neutral, pressing away from the mat. Draw that rib cage in and together slightly. Find the length through the back of your neck, so you're not letting your chin sink down towards the mat. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, you can take a seat on the mat. Let's sweep our legs around. Scoot your bottom forward. Make sure your weights are on either side of the mat here. And you're gonna lie down on your back. Press your arms down into the mat, keeping your chest open. Lift your hips on up nice and high. So that way you're engaging through your glutes and you're finding the stretch through the front of your thighs without over lifting through your rib cage. You wanna make sure that your rib cage is in line with your hips in that nice diagonal line, and then lower back down. Again, exhale to lift and lower. Just going into a nice bridge here, pressing through both of your feet. Again, you're turning on that whole back chain to engage through your glutes and your hamstrings to support your hips and your back. 5 more. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release back down. Now reaching over to grab the weights, take your arms out to a chest press position, so 90-ish degrees. Be careful that the shoulders are not rounding forward. If that's the case, lower your elbows down so you can keep your shoulder blades connected onto the mat, belly button to spine, and then press overhead and back down. Using your breath to help you, you can either stay here or lift up into a bridge as you press your arms up towards the ceiling. Again, finding that length through your spine here. So think supple spine versus compressing through your joints. 3 more. This is 3, 2, and 1. Release back down. So now just placing one weight down, extending your arm up towards the ceiling, palm faces in, elbow is slightly rounded. Take your opposite leg into tabletop and hold it here. Take your arm out to the side and lift back up. So I'm not dropping my arm completely out to the side. You're focusing on engaging through that opposite shoulder blade and hip at the same time. So building that cross connection to maintain a nice, strong trunk, and that's gonna help support your spine here. Nice big inhale and exhale. You can add a toe tap now as you lower and lift, taking it down and up. Again, nice big inhale and exhale. 2 more. 2 and 1. Now you can just switch the weight out to the other hand, taking your opposite leg into tabletop, just starting with your arm movement. Hand can be on your hip here. Again, focusing on the length through the crown of your head. Now you can add that toe tap in, lowering your leg down and then back up. Nice big inhale and exhale. Two more here. This is 2 and 1. Lower your foot down. Now just place your weight out to the side. Take your arms back out to that chest press position. You can always lower the elbows down a little bit. Take your arms back for 2 and then lift them up for 2. So you're rotating through your shoulders here. Be careful that you're not just letting your arms drop and your shoulders lift up. Engage your shoulder blades down onto your back. So you're opening up your chest and then lift a press and come on up. It's a small movement, but it really helps you to basically reteach the way you're holding your shoulders onto your back. You're getting external rotation in, and at the same time, you're taking your arms out to the side, so you're getting a little bit of that abduction in. So just focusing on using your breath. Nice big inhale and exhale. Keeping your hips nice and even here. 4 more. This is 4, 3, 2, last one. Reaching your arms up towards the ceiling now, plugging your shoulders into your back. Take one leg into tabletop and then take the other leg into tabletop. Now start by extending your arm as you take your opposite leg forward and then bring it back through center and switch. So taking your arm back towards your ear as you extend through your leg and then bring it back through center. Really trying to keep that heavy tailbone here, keeping your shoulder blades connected on the mat so you have a little arch through your low back. And as you bring it back to center, exhale, drawing the rib cage in and together. Think belly button to spine. Again, reach and press. One more each side. And then we'll go into Pilates scissors next. So taking your legs up towards the ceiling, flex your feet, keep that neutral spine. So you may need to lower your legs down just a little bit to keep that little arch through your low back, heavy tailbone. You're gonna pulse twice and then switch. So you're getting that stretch through your hamstrings, and you can raise your shoulder blades off the mat, engaging your abs here, or you can keep your head down on the mat. It's up to you. Keep drawing belly button to spine here and press. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hugging your knees in towards your chest. Open up your chest at the same time. Extend one leg. Hug the knee in towards your chest. And then raise your shoulder blades off the mat if you'd like. Otherwise, you can keep your head down. Both are fine. Switch. So you're alternating one side and the other using your tummy muscles. So the more you strengthen your core, the more you strengthen your back muscles, the stronger your posture is going to be throughout the day. And press using your exhale and reach. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release all the way down. So lowering your feet down onto the mat, reach your arms nice and long. Start by extending your leg, lifting it up and then down. Lift and lower, keeping the hips nice and heavy. You don't have to touch your foot on the mat. You can just let it hover. Use your tummy muscles to help you with this movement. Again, exhale to lift and lower. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now in this next one, you're going to lift your leg up, but only towards your knee, and then lower back down. You can add a bridge with this movement. So lifting your hips up and then back down. So you're working through that single leg. You're keeping your chest nice and open. And again, lift and press and lower it back down. Now, if you just have a little lift and lower, that's perfectly fine. I want you to start working on that single leg press if you can. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one, release and lower back down. Let's switch it out. So same thing on the other side, just starting to work with our leg lift first. So lifting your leg up and down. So you want to keep the torso nice and even here. You're not rocking your hips from side to side. And you want to feel that strength through the front of your thigh here. And again, lift and lower. 5 more here, keeping that chest nice and open. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lifting it up to that knee height, lifting your hips up and then back down. So your leg reaches a little bit more to a 45-degree level here as you lift and lower. Pressing through that supporting leg. Action is coming from your hips. 5 more. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release all the way down. Extend both of your legs long. So finding the length, you can also bend your knees just a little bit if that feels better on your back for your roll up. So reaching your arms nice and long, get that nice stretch, nice big inhale, and then exhale, tuck your chin, roll it all the way back up. So think 1 vertebrae at a time. Sitting up nice and tall, so you're finding that length in your spine. Reach it forward to get that stretch through your hamstrings a little bit. And then lift on up. You can bring your legs in a little bit together, roll it on back down. So start by finding that length in your spine, then drawing your low abs in. It's like you're zipping up a pair of jeans. Your abs are engaging, chest stays open. As you peel it down 1 vertebrae at a time, reaching your arms back by your ears. Nice big inhale. Exhale to roll it on up. So tucking the chin, peeling it on up. Think 1 vertebrae at a time. Sitting up nice and tall, you can separate your feet a bit and then just reach it forward to get that nice stretch through the back of your legs here. Now lifting on up, you can keep your legs separated. So I like to take them out towards the corner edges of the mat. Take your hands behind your head, opening up your chest. When you do this, if you're rounding through your spine and you just are having the hardest time lengthening through your low back, bend your knees. Or you can put a pillow behind your back to give you a little bit more support. So just keeping the chest open, rotate to one side without forcing it. So what I tend to see is a lot of this. So it doesn't look too bad, but you can tell I'm rotating through my rib cage too much and I'm kind of leaving the rest of my spine on its own. So you want to think lengthen through your back, you're rotating through your entire spine here, and then come back through center. Keeping your legs even, so try not to move one foot forward with this movement. It's really tempting, gives you a little bit of extra rotation, but then you're throwing your hips off. So just nice gentle rotation through your spine here. Back to center. You have 4 more. 3, 2, last one, and then release and place your hands on the side. So rolling to your side, try to stay on your forearm. Otherwise, you can have your head behind your hand on your head, here. Take your hips, stack them, stack your knees, stack your ankles, so your legs are at this 45-degree position. Start by going into clamshells. So hips are nice and level, keeping your chest open. So now you're working through your hips, you're working through your glutes here as you lift and lower. Using that breath to help you. You have 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift your leg up and down. So a little lift and lower. Keep finding that length through your waistline as you lift and lower here. And press. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On this last one, lift your leg up about halfway. Now rotate in from your hip. So your knee is going to point downward slightly. So it's pointing downward slightly, and then you're opening up through your hip back into that clamshell position, more or less. You're doing internal rotation of the hip and then external rotation of the hip to keep it nice and healthy. Again, reach and open. 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release and place your knees down on the mat. You can either keep your hand on the mat itself to lift and press yourself up into a side plank. Keep your knees down, so you're doing a half side plank, or you can extend your arm up towards the ceiling and then lower and tap the mat. Again, lift and lower. 8 more here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down. Lifting on up. Let's switch it out. Same thing now, but on the other side. So either hand behind your head or staying on that forearm. Knees are stacked, hips are stacked for clamshells. Lift and lower. So you're working through your hip here. You're engaging through your glutes, keeping that chest open, lifting your waistline off the mat here. And press. 5 more. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now taking your leg, lifting it up, make sure your knee, your ankle, and your hip are all aligned here. Lift your leg up and down. So now you're gonna feel this a little bit deeper through your hip. You may feel it through the front of your thigh here. And press. 5 more. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lifting your leg up a little bit so your knees in line with your hip. Rotate from your hip so everything starts from the hip itself, in and then out. So getting that nice internal and external rotation through your hip, rotating it in and out. Sometimes I feel it in the back of my cheek, kind of where my glute and my hamstring connect when I go into that internal rotation. You may not feel it, it just depends. And open. 5 more here. Keep pressing away from the mat with your opposite arm. 3, 2, last one, and release back down. Taking your arm up towards the ceiling, or you can keep it on the mat for your side plank lifts, lifting up and down. So this is a way to engage through your glutes, engage through your core as you lift and lower. And press. 5 more here. Keeping that chest nice and open. 4, 3, 2, last one, and release back down. Rolling onto your stomach here. Forearms press into the mat, opening up your chest. Pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. You're just holding it here. Try not to over grip. You're engaging your glutes slightly. Chest is open. Nice deep inhale, and then exhale to breathe it out. 2 more. Last one. And then just taking your hands underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes under. You can press up to a half plank or a full plank. So you can always keep your feet down, untuck your toes for a half plank. Otherwise, lift a press on up and then lift into your downward dog. Pressing your heels down into the mat, finding that nice stretch and that lengthening action through your spine here. 2 more deep breaths. Step your right foot forward, going into a little bit of a lunge, reaching on up, walk your back foot in. So now you're getting a stretch through your calf. Reach your arms up and overhead, nice big inhale. And then exhale to release back down. Bring your feet together. Same thing now, but on the other side, stepping your leg back. So you get that nice stretch through your calf, reaching your arms up and overhead, and release back down, bringing your feet underneath your hips. 1 more inhale, reaching those arms up and overhead, and then exhale to release your arms down by your sides. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you feel a little bit more open through your chest, that you kind of feel reset for the day, so that way you can stand a little bit taller and walk with a little bit more confidence. I'll see you next time.